answering all the questions raised. And
concerning the imposition of solitary confinement on vulnerable individuals, I am of the view that juveniles, given their physical and mental immaturity, should never be subjected to solitary confinement. Equally, in order not to exacerbate a previously existing mental condition, individuals with mental disabilities should be provided with proper medical or psychiatric care, and under no circumstances should they ever be subjected to solitary confinement. I'd like to extend my appreciation to the government of the Netherlands. My report essentially my recommendations are first to see if we can have a complete ban on prolonged or indefinite solitary confinement. And I more or less arbitrarily define that as anything beyond 15 days of solitary confinement, meaning someone being confined to a cell for at least 22 hours a day. Obviously, I want to stress that on the one hand, he's no longer in solitary confinement, although he spent something like 8 months in solitary confinement. But when he was moved to Fort Leavenworth, his regime changed and he's not in solitary confinement now. I'm not saying anything about whether his present regime violates other possible standards, but at least he's on a daily basis, he does communicate and socialize with other inmates in his same category.
Something nobody compels you to do that, you should comply with that. The experience shows that if a police is not adhering to the rule of law in the treatment of these bad people, there is a contagious element, and that pervades the whole society. So people that are not suspicious of anything, all of a sudden also become suspicious. And we have constant incidents of, quote, mistakes, exaggerations, corruption, and so forth.
Make recommendations. But in some ways, perhaps...
And thank all of you for coming. Good afternoon.
Thank you.